We've started! Yay!
And so it begins.
Well, shouldn't you measure that same distance? Because the
this
front's parallel.
This peg here, well, that's what we've just done, but then that means that whatever's done here with the peg is wrong.
This area here is all the roof of the basement.
Yeah.
So this measurement here, 1, 2, 4, 6,
Yeah, but
is fucking higher than the house.
Doesn't make sense because this is ground level, entry level.
Yeah, and the pool's higher than the retaining wall.
We must have to lift it up at the back.
It's a long way up.
I know. Did you call Joseph?
Not yet.
We weren't putting it on the plans, remember? If he doesn't pick up, just keep calling him. I'll keep calling him. Not picking up? Okay, watch this. No, I'm going to keep calling that number till it picks up. I'm trying to get a hold of Joseph, but he's not picking up.
Come and I'll show you.
I wonder if I have Alfie's mobile. Hey Joseph, how you going?
That can't work, surely. The
Very
pool's higher
good,
than
thank
the-
you. We have a little
the
bit
house.
of problem on site. Nate's just on the phone to the surveyor. What is this, BRL? The finished floor heights aren't levelling up, and we were just trying to figure out what's going on.
We can drop the pool height.
Yeah, but if that height was lower, then this side would have to get dug in.
What do you mean get dug in?
Yeah, Nate, do you
Because
want to...
look at the heights out there. Why wouldn't you peg it out for the
Are you
basement?
here to watch or
And then once we've dug the basement, I want him to come back, put the pegs in the basement, so then everything's proper. Because otherwise, you're just assuming on everything. It's too hard. Well, we need to drop this whole ground down here. Needs to go down another 650 mil. And then from that point, we can work on the pool decks. This is all the workings out to get to the right point. If we don't get this right, we're in trouble.
This is exciting! I'm so excited! We're starting! We're starting,
machine hitting the
Nathan! We're
ground.
starting! It's only taken how long?
A little while.
We've started! Yay!
And so it begins.
Alright, so we're pouring all the piers here for the pool. Nice 32 MPa mix. We got Jared over here troweling off the top. So the reason we're doing the pool now and not at the end of the build is ease of access. So while we've got the machines here, we're getting rid of dirt, it's better to do it now. So it makes it more cost effective, easier for us to work, just an overall better finish as well. Then the pool will sit till the rest of the basement's dug. And once the basement's dug, steelies are here, then all the pool will start getting formed up. Once the basement gets dug out a little bit more, we've got a set of stairs that have to get dug through here as well. Beneficial to dig the piers, pour those first, dig the stairs, then we've got ease of clean out. The only issue we had was a flat tire on the wheelbarrow. Other than that, yeah, she went pretty good. It was a good pour. So, yeah. What's the time now? Good on 45 minutes. So not bad, 3.7 cubes of concrete, all in by a barra. Pretty good.
So as you can see here, we've started to hit rock. It's not too much of a problem now, but we're hoping that we don't hit big floaters because that's when it starts to get expensive. It also can lead to machines getting broken and all that type of a thing, which is what unfortunately has happened today with us on site. The machine hit a bit of rock yesterday and caused a breakage, but don't be scared of this. So what we do is there's marks on the fence over at the back, and you have all these posts and stuff that are around all over the place. That's how we get our ground level and where we've got to work to for the levels of the site. So at the moment, when you look at the pool, this pool actually is going to be lifted up a bit higher. This fence will be getting removed and we'll be building up the retaining wall. As you can see here, this mark on the fence is the height that we need to lift this area up to. So you can see there's a big height difference that we need to still lift up. So what will happen is we'll put the concrete in the pool and then we will backfill all this area and compact it to make it then similar level to what we need required to make the house, the pool, the entertaining area all one level.
Just watch out for the string line down the bottom here. Nice and slippery coming into the basement at the moment.
Very slippery.
Right there. Step over.
Thank
Oh,
you.
this is the first time I've been in the hole.
Right, so where we are now is exactly in the garage. This is your garage. Coming through, up here, over this way here is sort of the little confection area and the little bathroom. Over here is your theatre room. Come across here, there's a window in the corner here.
Oh, beautiful.
Looks out into your stairs and your courtyard. You've got a hallway through here, which comes into the gym.
What happened here, Nate? I see this section sits in a bit further back than...
Well, on Friday, some big fella walked across the top there.
Oh, okay.
A couple of minutes later, it all collapsed in.
Fell through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoping we don't have another incident of that this week.
He's been banned, I've heard. He's
Yeah.
been told he's
Not allowed back across that side. So,
That is a joke, just so everybody.
we've come across a footing, which is from the existing retaining wall. It's called the toe. It's about 2 meters from the wall back. And that there is basically in there to stop the retaining wall from falling over. So we're just hoping that it doesn't continue along, but at the moment it looks pretty stable. Do have a bit of rain coming this afternoon, so a little bit of a concern. So we are going to throw black plastic over the edges to try and protect the sides as much as we can, so we don't get too much collapsing.
Okay, like for example, we're expecting 50 mils of rain tomorrow.
We're
How do we get the water out?
just starting to fill the pool, basically.
Should I bring a big blower?
So hopefully we can get the sump dug today, and then everything can sort of fall into the sump, which will then become the lowest point, and then we can obviously pump it out.
What's the sump thing?
But basically what the sump is, it's a collection point. So all the way around the external walls of the building, we need to put an ag line in because we don't want it to build up with water.
Yeah, because then
water's
it will
not
start
good.
to flood
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
so all the ag lines will catch the water, then they will all come back to the sump. Then also in the courtyard, we've got to have a drain,
Yeah.
which,
That's
because
what
it's
we
all
changed
open.
to the big strip drain, so
Yeah.
we didn't have the grate. Yep.
Yeah, and then all that water all comes into this sump that's basically at the front of the garage there.
Yep.
There'll be a pump on a float system. When the water gets to that level, then it will pump it out to the normal height stormwater out to the road.
As you can see, we've dug past where our back of our wall will be. The reason we've dug past it is so that we can actually get behind the wall and waterproof the back of the wall. It's not essential to waterproof behind the back of it. The products come waterproof tight, but just for that little bit of extra peace of mind, extra precaution, we'll come behind, waterproof the whole back of the wall. We've still got a lot of dirt to come out of here. We've still got to bring this height right down. The driveway, believe it or not, will only fall 1.2 meters from the lowest point to the highest point. So it'll be a very gradual, gentle fall. So you'll be able to drive in and out, reverse in and out, not a problem. When choosing this block, knowing we were going to put a basement into our next design, we were very specific when we chose the land for the design so that we could work with the land, not against the land. So as you can see here, natural ground level is all the way up here. So that means when we're cutting in, we're cutting into the land, not cutting down like a traditional basement. So that's how we're going to achieve a very gentle drop. We're dropping 3 meters, but we're only really losing 1.2 in height for the driveway. So it'll almost be a flat driveway coming in because as you can see, we're working with the land, not against the land.
Beautiful day for it, as you can see. Nice and hot for once, no rain. Basically at the moment he's bulking out. Once he's bulked out, then we'll start getting all our gradients and start getting the full, like the line of the driveway.
Look at that ramp.
That's 30 degrees now. 30%, we need to be 17.
We've got the driveway getting dug out at the moment. So that'll bring us down to our heights, our finished heights. And we've also got all the footings getting dug out at the moment. Just getting ready. We've got a steel delivery coming in tomorrow. The boys will start forming up early next week with the hopes to get a slab down by the end of next week. We've still got our sump to dig out and a few more footing holes to go. So setting up the footings is one of the most important parts of the job. It's the start of the job. It's where everything is built up from. So we have to be perfect, measurements have to be right. We have to make sure we're on point with everything because this is essentially where our walls will sit. So measure twice, cut once. At the moment, Matty here on the machine, he's cutting in and forming up for the driveway now and getting that material taken away.
Starting to bulk it out so we can get the shape. Once we finish our last lot of footings across the front here and dig this sump back out, then we're going to dig the footings up the side of the driveway there. Down here we have all the roughing for the drainage has been laid up. So we've got all the drainage for the sump, so everything's running back to the sump. We've also got the electrician to put his conduits in for the power for the 2 pumps in the sump. ASF, they're a very similar product. Dinsel's been around for a long time. When you compare the two, Dinsel's an older product. AFS is the more modern sort of take of it all. So instead of the round holes that Dinsel has, AFS has like a kidney shape. So it just allows for concrete to flow better and gives it a better finish as well. Just the product is a nicer product. We've got the sump all poured. The grate has been made up and sitting on the top of the sump. All the steel's in now. Boys are just setting up, getting levels, ready to pour the concrete. We anticipate about 50 cubes to go in there, between 50 to 60. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty big day today.
So they're just pouring the footings at the moment first. Once the footings are poured, then they'll continue to pour over the top. Abdul was saying you've got to be very careful when you're battening.
Yes.
He reckons that when you shoot into the concrete wall, the water will come out of it because the concrete will hold moisture.
Hold water, yeah.
Yeah.
Do battens, I'd prefer to build like a 70mm wall.
Yeah.
In front of it.
Just do that then.
So yeah, so I don't have to penetrate it.
Just do that.
Here we've got the boom pump up and running. Boys are well underway, screeding it up pretty nicely down there. It looks nice and flat from up here. Let's hope it is when we get down the bottom there. Put in there now 6 trucks I think has gone in there so far. So I've got the vibrator in there, vibrating it, making sure there's no air pockets and concrete is very consistent. All right, so as you can see, we're down in the basement now. Over the top here, we've got the boom pump. The reason we use that is ease of access and it's nice and easy for the boys to work with. And the line pump, you'd have to be dragging the hoses everywhere. Being a boom pump, you've got an aerial. It's nice and easy, just grab it, put it where you want it. Easy for the boys to work with. We've probably got another hour or so until it'll start to harden up, firm up. That's when the boys will get on there with the heli and start getting it nice and smooth and polishing it up.
How much concrete's gone in so far?
Up to this point here, we're at 67 cubes.
Whoa.
Quite a bit's gone in.
Yeah, a bit more than I thought.
Just a little bit.
And I saw you yesterday using your new welding tools, making up a plate over there. So essentially, that's the largest custom tile insert.
Smart waste you can get.
Smart waste you can get. So that way it'll be seamless, right? You'll just have to lift that lid up and the tanks underneath with the pumps and everything.
And we made it nice and big so big fellas like us can get in there. We're on the last truck, last 6 cubes of the day. So total for today is around about 85 cubes of concrete that's gone into this job. Out the front there where they're doing that last section, it's going to have a bit of fall, so any water in the garage will run out towards the strip drain that goes across the bottom there. had a really good day actually. Everything's gone pretty smoothly and couldn't ask for a better day.
Finished pouring today, the trucks have left. Just waiting for the last of the concrete to go off down the bottom. We went through 81 cubes today. We were sort of estimating about 60, 65, so a little bit more than expected, but it's a big slab. Yeah, it's a great finish. The guys have polished it off so that we can direct stick our tiles to it. Yeah, we can start walking on there from early next week, so it'd be great to see it from down there.
If it's not raining tomorrow, we'll jump on it tomorrow with a hose and keep the moisture up to it so it doesn't dry out too quick and
avoids cracking, right?
Stops cracking, yeah.
Wow, look how much they've done today.
Yeah, so all the formwork's arrived. All the scaff arrived today. It's all brand new. The boys bought new scaff for this job.
That's exciting.
And they're forming up, so they'll form up the whole basement essentially. And on site earlier today, we adjusted the ceiling height, so downstairs ceilings will be a little bit higher.
The one thing I did notice that I was quite surprised is this space over here.
Yep.
I did think it was going to be a lot bigger than what it actually has turned out.
Yeah, the plans are deceiving, but then once the walls go up, it'll probably start to feel bigger again.
Because yeah, how I was planning on doing this, we're going to have to change now. We're probably going to have like a 2-seater or something here, maybe 2 singles on that side, because it's just a bit more tighter than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but there's only 2 of us sitting down here, so we don't need a lot of space. And the puppies.
And the puppies.
This obviously has been done so the moisture doesn't carry through the concrete and stain it all. Then you can see here we've put the ag line in ready to go for all drainage at the bottom of the backfill. The lower one, which is going to catch everything underneath the recycled ag. Then we'll fill it up 1.2 and then we're going to run another line of ag along the top with geofab over the top before all the dirt goes in. We've waterproofed all the construction joints all the way to the top as well, just for added precaution. They do say with the AFS wall that you don't need to waterproof, but just for peace of mind, I like to go above and beyond. I just don't want any water leaks here. You can see where the boys have drawn out the stairs. That is going to be our flight of stairs that come up out onto next to the alfresco. This will be all the path that wraps around the pool. So all this area up here still has to come up probably to that height. This is basically the opening for where the glass is going to sit at the back of the pool. So when you stand in the pool, or when you're in the pool, you'll be able to see straight into the basement if you go under the water. So pretty cool. All the steel's in place now and formwork's all up ready to go. So the boys are just putting in the set downs now for the wet areas. Trucks have all arrived for concrete. Pumps all set up. We've got a big beam that runs through the center here, which we call the spine. So that there is the main structural component of this deck. We anticipate about 80 cubes of concrete for this deck today. Once we get to this afternoon, I'll let you know where we end up.
Watching you guys all day and how quick you go. You like put it all down and it's like bam, 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 bam. You make it look so easy, and then when I tried it, it was not that easy.
No, it's not that easy. All the frames are complete now. We're starting to get it all prepped and ready for the roof. Because our trusses are spaced at 1200 centres in most areas, we need to put a safety batten in between our normal battens.
It's only taken 3 weeks with rain and delays and stuff like that, but today has been a big day coming.